Well, here we are, just like that. It's the last Sunday in July. In fact, it's the last day of July. And as you know, in recognition of the 4th of July, all this month we have been focusing on what it means to us and for us to be individually free. We have been focusing on the spiritual truth that even in this earth environment, where every being is not treated as if they're created equal, that even in these human forms that often appear to be so frail and limited, that every one of us is endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. In the way of transformation, we read in every moment of your experience. What you experience is coming from within you. It is not placed in you from a source outside of yourself. In every moment, you remain free to observe and to notice whether you are having a good time being where you are. That is, being in your perception of life and recognizing you have the power to think differently. Living with the awareness that there is no source outside of us that can give us happiness and therefore can't take it away from us makes us powerfully free. It liberates us to pursue all the happiness we want because it's been put within us by the source of our life and it remains inside of us still. We are absolutely free to observe life and change our perception if we're not having a good time perceiving life the way we're perceiving it. Our being aware that whatever we experience in our life, however we experience life, is up to us, is the definition of liberty. It causes us to realize that just by being our happy self, that we can attract to us more life to enjoy. Abraham Hicks tells us that the basis of our life is freedom, that the purpose of our life is joy, and that the result of our life is expansion. If the purpose of our life is joy, and we're free to pursue it because this life is supposed to be happy, then the result of our life must be expansion because that's the nature of life, to expand. Life is becoming more and more and evolving and expanding and extending with us in it as it. We are the life that is becoming more and more of itself, each one of us. The more joy we feel, the more joy we experience, and the more joy expands in us and extends from us. To expand is to spread or stretch out or unfold as a bird expands its wings. It's to express in fuller form and in greater detail. The greater our awareness becomes of who we truly are, that is, the greater our awareness becomes that we are a spiritual being having a human experience, the more enlightened we become. And that light of spiritual awareness expands in us and extends from us like the rays of the sun extend. The sun doesn't struggle to extend itself outward. Extension comes naturally. It doesn't have to think about reaching a place outside of itself that might be too shady or dark so it can lighten things up. It simply and naturally extends by being what it is, a mighty conveyor of light and darkness, disappears in the presence of its rays. Our true nature is like the sun. When we're being what we truly are, holy conveyors of light, the high vibrations we emit extend from us naturally. We don't need to struggle to extend the rays of light within us outward, or intentionally send our vibration somewhere so it will reach some place outside of us that might be dark or sick or sad. Just having a good time, being where we are, which is to say, being in our perception of life, we automatically emit a happy, holy vibration wherever we are, and it touches whatever is there. We extend more light into the world as we expand our vibrational awareness of the Christ within us. It's said that much of what Jesus or Jeshua demonstrated was the natural extension of his truly profound and expanded state of being. That he embodied ranges of frequencies and vibrations far beyond what was common in the human perception at that time. And those frequencies and vibrations naturally extended from him and made him a wizard-like personality. And everything around him became a miracle. We read in the book of John that Jesus said, "I am the light of the world. He who follows me shall not walk in darkness, but he shall find for himself the light of life." All that's required of us to light up this world is just to open a little teeny bit of curtain in our awareness, and the light of Christ will shine unresisted in our mind and in our heart. The spiritual master Mooji said, if you go into a room full of light, but outside is darkness, and you open the curtain, that darkness won't come in. But if you go into a room which is dark, and you open up a little tiny bit of a curtain, the whole room will fill with light. Such is the power of light. Now, as it's been mentioned, the title of today's talk is Extending, Not Sending. And I gotta say, not's kind of a strong word for what today's talk is about. Because both words are good. And yet both words can cause confusion if they encourage the idea that we have to think about sending or extending the light within us outward in order to reach some place, someone, where there's darkness or sickness or sadness. So often we have heartfelt intentions as we say words like, I'm sending you love, I'm sending you prayers, I'm sending you good vibes. It's a beautiful thing for us to want to send love and prayers and good vibes to one another. The world would instantly transform if all of us felt that way at the very same time. But the idea of sending good vibes to someone, whether we're sending prayers or we're sending love, can inadvertently give us a sense of separation from others, or cause us to feel that when we send something from us that it must leave us in order to get where it's needed. That it leaves our mind and then touches down in someone else's mind. But we read in Science of Mind that there is no such thing as your mind, my mind, his mind, her mind, and God's mind. There is just mind with a capital M, in which we all live and move and have our being. There is mind and nothing but mind. Now, when we have a thought, any thought about anything, we know that we don't have to send that thought around our whole head. We're pretty sure that if we have a thought, our whole mind knows about it. In the same way, when we're thinking about someone and we want to send them love or prayers or good vibes, even though it seems like we're one place and they're another, we and they are in the same mind, because there is just one mind in which we all live and move and into which we all think. Every time we think a thought, that thought goes out into the whole universe, because there is no boundary around our head to stop it. I mean, we have these physical forms, but they're not solid. They're energy. Every time we think, which is often incessantly, we automatically and often inadvertently emit the vibrations of our thoughts. In Science of Mind, we read, man always uses the one mind. He is in it and thinks into it. And because it is universal, his thought may be picked up by anyone who is able to tune in on that thought. Yikes. Just as we pick up radio messages. A radio message broadcast from New York City is immediately present all around the world. Hard as this concept may be to grasp, we know it to be true. It's self-evident. Because we all are transmitters as well as receivers in the one mind, every time we think something good or something not so good about anyone or anything, that good thought and the feeling that it brings and that not so good thought and the feeling that it brings touches everyone who is in resonance with its vibration. We say every thought is a prayer, but not every thought is sending love or sending good vibes. The spiritual teacher Alan Watts wrote, behind the multiplicity of events and creatures in this universe, there is simply one energy. And it appears as you, and everything is it. The practice of Zen is to understand that one energy so as to feel it in your bones. That's also the practice of Science of Mind, of A Course in Miracles, of the Way of Mastery, and every other spiritual practice, to understand the one pure, positive energy of life so as to feel it in our bones. When we feel the pure, positive energy that is the source of all life, we are feeling the love that is God. When we're feeling it in our bones, the one energy, the light of love automatically expands in us and extends from us in the moment that we are feeling the pureness of it. It touches everything around us because everything that seems to be around us is actually within us. Our perception of life is all in our mind. And even though it doesn't seem to be, our mind is the use that we are making of the universal mind, of the one mind in which all life exists. In that mind, we are transmitters and receivers. And because when we are being the joy and love and good vibes we want to send and receive, joy, love, and good vibes expand within us and extend automatically from us and attract to us fuller experiences with more and more detail. We have a good time being in our perception of life. Shams Tabriz, who is a beautiful man who channels the energy and vibration, the divine feminine, known as Mary Magdalene. And he said this: do you know that contained within you is joy that is more magnificent than any joy that you may seek outside of you? Do you know that contained within you is love that is so abundant that any child or any partner in your life could not even come close to matching it? This is what you are here to come to experience, your own blessed magnificence, the nectar of light made manifest within you. Namaste. All right. Well, it was a little shorter today, but hey, I'm hungry. All right, well, this is the time of our service when we express our gratitude for your love and support. We're grateful when you come and you bring your beautiful light into the sanctuary and it just vibrates off the walls, and it's so beautiful. We are so grateful when you tune in live stream because that energy is one energy and we can feel it, and I know you can feel it. And we're happy when you find us during the week on video because that energy doesn't go anywhere. It is forever once we energize it. And so if you don't know how to support us financially so we can keep this good time rolling, then our treasurer, Dr. Jamie Phillips, is here to tell you.
Hi.
Hello.
Stand here, because I think, are these butterfly wings, Jim? I figured it out. Okay. Thank you. I just felt very uplifted. Okay. I'm here because I'm going to tell you how you can financially give to LEC, and you can do so on Facebook Facebook.com/Life Enrichment Center and hit the donate button. Through our website, lecflint.com, and hit the contribute button. You can send your donation through PayPal, which is lec2512@gmail.com, or you can send us a check the old-fashioned way to our new mailing address, Post Office Box 321294, Flint, Michigan 48532. And you can address it to Life Enrichment Center or LEC. And now, for the greatest job in the world, receiving gratitude, we're going to have our gratitude receivers come forward. Don't you think that's a great job to receive gratitude?
I thought that was great. Do you want applause? Woo!
Okay, Mark, you get to receive all the gratitude. All
Hey,
right,
Mark,
and
good
while
to
we
see ya.
listen to Nima Patel and Daniel Namad singing Grateful. Thank you.